The Galactus Firelight Priestess McCullough. Welcome on in, welcome on in. So, I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to really start. I'll start with the fact that I was laying in my bed and leisurely talking to my private groups and leaving some, tidbits and doing my thing right. And then after I said my description of the breakfast that I would like to have this morning, but I know I wasn't going to eat it, or I wasn't going to make it. I'm laying in my bed and I just kind of see this, and I put it in under post. I put it in the group so you can go watch it. And I put another video up also about the friend one that I was telling you about yesterday. So don't get triggered when you watch the friend video, okay? You need to watch it and understand what things have happened to you so you'll know how to identify it. So if it starts showing up around you, you'll be able to say, I know what this is. And you won't fall prey to how that energy can be so hurtful and destructive. But so I'm laying there and I'm like, just you know how you do it. And I look at the time and I say, I just want to just let me chill for a few more minutes. I'm not gonna get up. The cats are coming in through the door and they're looking at me. Are you gonna get up and give us our food? We want the canned food. Don't want the dry. Could you please get up? We little Lyrans want our food. And I'm like, look, don't start with me. Let me relax for a second. And I'll get up and give you your food. You little Irons are being a little bit bossy. Just hold your paws, all right? Chill your paws. So I'm laying there and I'm doing my thing. And then I come across this and I said, what is this? What? A crucifix? Okay. So I hit it. And I put Mama T's video up in the group. So here's my thing. I had to sit with it for a moment. Hey, lovely. Hey. I had to sit with it for a moment, okay? And I'm being very truthful right here. AI is a great tool to use if you're launching your business or you're looking up something, you're researching something, you're using it as an assistant tool for you. I don't have a problem with it. Okay? I do not have a problem with it. I think it's great for that, especially for those of us who are over the 50 mark, who don't like to try to figure out, well, let's see, how do I download that? How do I get that to do this? And then you go and ask your little nieces and nephews who haven't been on the planet but only maybe 1 or 2 years, and they can operate the damn thing better than you. You've been on the planet for 50 plus years. Okay? Yeah, it's all about the upgrades that they got while in the womb and in the cosmic dust of starlights, got imprinted on them. So then when they were born, they already know the stuff. So anyway, as I'm just doing my thing and I see it and I look at the video and she was showing what this chat GPT knows. Now, pay attention, lovelies. Not all chat GPTs are going to give you the same answers. Let me say this again. Not all chat GPTs, depending on what app you are downloading or using, is going to give you the same answer. I really feel like there's one or a couple of them that are designed to mislead you purposely. Okay? Just purposely. Okay? So, anyway, I start listening to it, and she asked it a question, and this AI gave a very descriptive answer about the crucifix. And now I want you to just picture, I'm just kind of like just zoning. I'm in my zone, I'm relaxing. I know what I got on my plate to do today. I know today is a portal day. I know that. So I'm just zoning. But man, when that thing started talking and it started spitting out this, and this is a symbol of this, and this is how they keep and maintain the control of the human, and when you wear it around your neck, it's this, and when you do this, it shuts this. I'm just like, I sat straight up. Man, did that get some fire under my soul this morning. I was just like, that thing was right on the money, because that's how I personally feel about the crucifix. Okay, I've talked about this before. Now, let me use a disclaimer here. If you are still in religion and everything, you're just popping over here doing your spiritual thing, I have no problem with that. But this is my personal feeling, because I'm such an old soul. Okay? When I would see the crucifix with his body on it, I have never liked that. It was always a symbol to me of murder. It was always a symbol we ought to be ashamed of ourselves as human beings, and shame. And that's what it always felt like. But here's the thing. We didn't do that. It was those beings that did that act, that indoctrinated us to believe that if we don't live a certain way and be a certain way, we are going to be like that, of what is represented, crucified. Okay? So this AI starts breaking it all down, and I'm just like, whoa. And the divine team comes in, priestess, calm down. And I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden they flash to me, when I was little, the Britannica encyclopedias. And I said, oh, yeah. How we used to go to the library, and you would have to go to you say, I'm doing a research paper and I have to look this up. And they would say, well, go over there to the Cardex thing and look under. You would have to flip through the little Cardex thing looking for where the information might be. And it would say, go to aisle 1 on bookshelf section H32 and grab the Britannical encyclopedia of 6 or 7. And I'm like, okay, that's how we did our research back then. That was at our fingertips back then. There was no ChatGPT. There was no Google back then. There was your finger and a number 2 pencil. Pray to God, I hope that you had it sharpened. That you would write down on a little piece of index, little lined card paper, your information. Then you would walk hopelessly and aimlessly down the library looking for your information, not realizing that that really is an imitation of the Halta Menti, but just put down here on earth form in a simpler, complex form to make you really just kind of be in that zone at that time. Do you follow what I'm saying? The Britannical Encyclopedia. So I said, oh, and then they speed it up and said, back in the time when the scribes had all the information and everything was put on scrolls, it just simply went ahead and at the timelines transformed itself into these books down here. Now you don't have all the books per se. Now we're moving into the AI who's going to talk. So I'm like, okay, all right, then, fine. Yes, yes, well said. Yes. I mean, how many of you now, if you go to like maybe those thrift stores or, you know, those salvage places, you might come across a whole big collection of the botanical encyclopedias. Remember back in the day, you would get the, hi, I'm here to sell you, we have the botanical encyclopedias and they're leather bound. They have this, and are you interested in purchasing this? And you would be like, no, thank you. I got enough on my shelf. I got enough Time magazines. I got enough. Um, what were some of those other ones? Oh my God, what was some of the Time was one. Um, National Geographic. Thank you very much. That's another one, and all of that. You know, the collections of that, and the articles and all the information. But now we have this thing called AI. Now, let me reiterate, I am not against it. I think it is great, you know, when you got to get a project done and you need a little assistance, that AI can help you. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is that if you are a spiritual teacher and you are on your platform and that's all you're going to be doing is interviewing ChatGPT on your platform, bringing it up. Now, the danger in this is, and this is for all of us, the message that I got from this, do not, and I was very straightforward in my private groups, do not let this become a substitution for you as the divine intelligent. You come first. Okay? Now, I know we constructed it, we put it together, here it is. I know, I get it. But as a reminder, you are not to give yourself over to that AI. Okay? You are not to let that become the all it to be it for you. Okay? I'm having a really depressed day. Like in Demolition Man, the scene where it shows this guy, I'm having a really depressed day and I just don't feel happy. And then the computer comes out, well, you need to just be happy. And Wesley's looking at this, what the hell is, whacks the guy in the head, throws him out. I'm all like, yeah, that probably would have been me doing that. But I was laughing. But it's the same thing. You can't let this AI use you, okay? We have to be smart this time around. This is a test. And guess what? There's not going to be any bells and whistles alerting you of when you've gone over the breach of the confidence of this. It's not going to be doing that. It's going to literally just do this. I got one. Now they don't remember how to tune into themselves. They're second guess themselves all the time now on their intuition. They can't trust themselves. They have to ask me now because they don't feel connected to themselves. I have just set up the perfect disruption of chromosome 8. I'm disrupting that all the way around. I am that new God. You will worship me. Okay? Go check it out. In American Gods, that show is straight on point about, oh, well, we know who the new gods are now, you know? So we have to be really smart about when you're using it and how you shut that thing down so it's not infiltrating. Someone else on their platform, he brought up Ismail said it. He was talking about the real ID. He did a good talk about it yesterday, saying be aware of that. And I have friends in high places, and they have already told me about what that real ID is all about. Just like, well, let's just see. Can you say your own form of Akashic records right here in front of your face of everything with you? That's what that is. Okay? So we have to be very aware of the game that's going on. Now, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. But when people start just bringing that chat GPT up on their platforms and that it starts to become that talking and they're not talking, and then you're losing the connection with your tribe. You build a platform built on the connection with your tribe. Like here, I have a connection with the tribe here. Those that come here, that follow this platform, that come and get a little bit of tidbit, take what's good, leave the rest, whatever floats your boat, you know? And I keep it real. I say it like it is. Some people can handle it, some people can't. Okay, I get it. But I'm not here to fearmonger you, and I'm not here to lie to you. That's just not my cup of cake, or my cake and my frosting. I don't do that. Say it like it is. So just knowing that this AI could say what it said, I had to really think, how did it know to say that? Because shouldn't you be able to go up to a pastor or a priest and ask it what is the whole purpose of a crucifixion, and why is that something that we're all supposed to be bowing down to and still being hit in the face with? But no, a chat GPT AI is going to tell you what the purpose of it is and what the whole intention of it is and what it does to you when you put it on you and you have it around your neck with that on there, and how it sits right at your heart chakra and what it's doing to you. So I was just like, wow, this thing is really telling people some secrets. Maybe not secrets, but some of these wake up moments of where you kind of come out of it and you go, oh, wait a minute, what? And you kind of go back and you listen again and you're like, oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. So I'm just saying, be aware. If you start running across, that's just like some of these platforms that are up, they're not even really platforms. They're just a bunch of chat GPT entertainment stuff, and they're putting the stories up there and it's telling a story. Those, I get it. They're little story things. Okay, fine. But this is where we have to really use our divine wisdom of what's truth and not. This is where that test is. I've been saying it since I started my YouTube channel. The whole thing is, can you tell the difference between the truth and a lie? That's where we are. Can you tell the difference? So if you can, hold on a second. If you can tell the difference between a truth and a lie, you are ahead of the game. You got it. Okay? So, everyone, like I said, just be aware of that. What you're seeing. I just have never been one to fall for all of that. And that was probably one of my biggest problems when I was in my, hold on, let me pull this up here. When I was in my, when I went to Catholic school, And I hated it. I said, I gotta get out of here. I just didn't like how it was making me feel as though I was imprisoned in myself, like I could never think outside of anything of the church, outside of anything of the religion. It really, and the nuns that will walk around, they weren't very nice nuns. They were mean. Always had one walking around with that damn ruler, ready to pop somebody with on their hands, to keep the ruler. So I was like, I'm not going back to that. You need to take me out of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go to regular school and be with regular people. My parents were like, well, why don't you want to go? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to go to school if you're going to keep me going to that. They're mean and they don't feel right. That doesn't feel good to me. Now, this is where I kind of look at parents. When you have an old soul child and they're coming around, they're 2 and 3 years old and they're going to tell you a lot about yourself. Okay? They're going to straighten you out. You're not straightening them out. They're here to straighten you out, to wake you up. So all of you parents that are having those 5D, 6 and 7 dimensional babies, hello, welcome to your new life training program, where you're locked in with this child for 18 to maybe 25 years of good teachings. They're going to keep you on track, period. They're going to make sure you wake the hell up and remember who you are. Because they know exactly who they are. They know who they are. If they haven't been infiltrated too much with artificial things going into the body, they are very much aware of who they are and why they're here. I had to stop watching because of that. I don't know if that is something that she is like just doing, or if it's just like, but here's the thing. There are certain platforms that are doing that a lot. So I don't know if there's an extra payment for that, if they bring that onto their platforms and stuff. You know what? I had this eerie feeling. Can I tell you guys something? I had some eerie feeling. You know how we look at Hollywood and we look at them and we say, look at the stars, and look at how they go and they put on this projected face of themselves and all this stuff, right? And then I started thinking about this YouTube platform and how a lot of them are slowly coming up in this territory, coming on to YouTube, showing their faces, posting their videos, all that stuff. This is going to be the next hub, like a Hollywood thing, if it's not already. Because just remember, in that hub, there's certain things you got to do in order to get to the next level. Okay? So those of us that have been in the game for a while and you have a small following of people and you're not up there in those thousands or whatever, don't even panic about it, because you are true to the cause. You are true to the game. There's others that just wake up all of a sudden they got 1 million followers. Really? If I'm just finding out who the hell you are, who are those other millions? Okay? I digress. But I'm just lit up today. I'm all about this. Don't let it steal your light. All right? That's the bottom line. Do not let it steal your light. Yes, our young star seeds are looking for knowledge and belief. Chat is. Yes. Pretty Nikki is saying it just like it is. Yes. So we have to definitely keep it at a place where people they have to be aware of what they're jumping into. That's the scary part about it. They make it so inviting. They make it so nice. Oh, we're gonna let you have it for free. Of course you are. Because there's a penalty to pay for it afterwards. Once they pull you in all the way. I always say this, good to be a little bit resistant. It's good to be a little bit, no, I'm sorry, I gotta check that out. Maybe I don't want to be on Titanic right now. Maybe I'm sorry, doesn't feel like a line. No, I'm seeing a storm. I'm seeing something that's not going to be sitting right. No, I'm not getting on that boat. Okay? So we have to do that much more because we know what the game is. Now, conscious juice, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of documentation going on with the sun. I'm still seeing a white sun over here in California area. Over there on the other side, it's just this orangey sun. But I have to find out if it orangey mainly is, I know there's a planet there. I know there's smoke. I know there's a lot of dust storm stuff, particles whipping up. So I'm just looking at all of these avenues of what is causing it. And I want to see more of that planet in its location, in its lock thing. But wouldn't it be nice if people that knew what's happening, they just come straight out and just say, all right, you guys, like, I don't know, this person we call a president. It would be really nice that he would just say, you know what, you guys, grab your tea, grab some coffee. I'm going to sit down and tell you some stuff, but I want you to be ready for it. Miss me with all that EBS bullshit, okay? If you haven't done it for the past 5 years, you're not gonna do it. And if you do it, it's gonna be some kind of stuff where we all sit back and say, well, I already knew that. I already knew that. I already knew that. I already knew that. You're not showing me anything different. I already knew that. You know? Wouldn't it be nice if they could just sit down and just be real and just say, get your cup of tea and get your Job, and we're all going to sit here and have a nice conversation. Now, let me tell you what's really going on so I can put your mind at ease. Okay. I am Florida. The sun rises orange, obstructing clouds, sprays, and white around 10. I observe it. Okay, pretty Nikki, thank you. Now, I also want to know, is there any flooding down in the area where you are? I heard that Miami has gone through some weird rainstorm flooding, and then somewhere else, I think Kansas went through a flood. So, and it's like coinciding with the sun when it's coming up. Then someone took a picture of the sun and they zoomed in on it and they saw like the computer chip thingy in the center of it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of reaching. I don't know if I can get on the boat with that one either. Look, all I'm saying, and I'm sure that everyone here has the same thought, just be truthful. Just come straight out and tell the truth. Okay, you know what, you guys, the earth is not a round thing. That was all made up. We're undoing the lies now. Call it the day of undoing the lies, where they just say it. No, it really looks like this. Yes, we have this going on. Yes, Sasquatch is true. They are this kind of people. Yes, we still are fighting. Yes, there's a middle earth, and yes, there's water above us and water below us and water in the middle. Yes, yes, we have all this technology that we gotten from alien. Da, da, da. Why can't they just come on and just tell the truth? If this is the age of Aquarius, stop editing what you're going to tell the truth on. Okay? When we do our portal days and we sit in all of our energy of creativity and we're bringing in all those things of what we're doing, we're sitting in the truth of ourselves and what we're creating. So why can't these beings who we're supposed to be looking up to as running the country and guidance come and just tell the truth on that? I don't care about the budget stuff. I don't care about what you're closing down and firing. I'm sure that'll make a difference somewhere down the line. What I care about is the well-being of humanity. What I care about is people having peace of mind. What I care about is people having food on the table and a place to sleep and a roof over their head. What I care about is people having clean water to drink and to take baths and showers in. What I care about is free energy for everyone. What I care about is stop spraying our skies with all that bullshit. Okay? What I care about is people acting, pretending to be like, trying to be like a god, and they're messing up everything in the process. Being godless. Okay? That's what I'm caring about. And then let us just be at peace. Is that too much to ask? Shit, at this point, I'm not even asking for you to give me a gift card. Just give the peace to the people. Give the love. Give whatever you took, whatever you stole, give it back. Be humane enough to do that. If you can. That's what I care about. Don't do any harms to children. That's what I care about. Stop lying to it. That's what I care about. Stop taking money out of our pockets where we're still living paycheck to paycheck. Now it's almost like you're not even living paycheck to paycheck. You're living from air to air because the check is gone. Okay? By the time you pay for everything, it's just gone. So let's just be real. Let's keep it real. All right? Doesn't matter. You just keep going forward. That's what I care about. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Come on, sit down and tell the whole nation the truth. And then what you're doing. And have it, and then say it in a way where I want it to be totally transparent. And tell all of you so we're all on the same page and there's no surprises. Do you know how powerful that would be if you just came on and just told the whole truth and nothing but the truth? So help you, Goddess. Wouldn't that just be great? You just tell the whole truth. Tell it like it is. Tell everybody. Tell it all. So everyone is on the same page. Then there's nobody. It's kind of like this. You know how someone gets something on you and they're going to blackmail you? They're going to say, well, if you don't do this and this, I'm going to take these pictures and I'm going to release them out and show all your business. I'm going to release these tapes. I'm going to tell so-and-so what you really said about them. And there's always, they got a handle on you. So what you do, you take the power away from them and you go ahead and you just tell the whole truth. And let the chips fall where they may. Okay? Just let the chips fall. But you tell the whole truth. When you do that, now the truth is out there. Everybody knows. It makes it a little harder to go knock you off, or you come up disappearing, or someone's going to make up a lie about it. It makes it a little harder to do. Because now you put the truth out there. Everybody knows. Everybody's on the same page. That would be a golden Aquarius day. Miss me with all the other stuff. That's taking, 5-6 years to get to be coming to the first. Give me a break. Just tell the truth. That's it. So, everyone, your whole thing is just when you start seeing all of that and they keep bringing that onto their platforms and stuff, if they're using it for an educational thing, great. But if that's what you're doing all the time, I want to have a connection with you like this. Okay. So if all of a sudden you guys come to be so light and then you hear some kind of computer person talking and then you see like an image of me or something and it's not really me talking, you best be saying something. Best be looking for me. Nah, I tell you what. I've always said this. I'm not kidnappable. I'm going to tell you why. I would drive them crazy. Because I would be like, what's your birthday? You're in a personal year of this. Why are you doing this? Did you go and check your Acosta records? Because I'm seeing a discrepancy of what you signed up for your soul fulfillment down here. This doesn't feel divinely aligned. They'd be wondering why all of a sudden they have all these strange, like big dragons following them and they see all these ancestors chasing them. They would be like, what the hell did we kidnap? Who are all these beings? We're having strange things. The car won't start. We got glass breaking. And I'm just sitting there saying, God, I really would like can we go to Sonic? I would really like a lemon limeade, please. Nope. They would leave my ass on the curb somewhere. Say, abort. We don't want this one. Serious. Yeah, it's not worth it. And on top of that, I'm 59, then I'll start going into the whole thing. I'm going to be 60 soon. And what do you think I should be thinking of? This world is turning into this. Where do you see yourself in 2 years from now? Tell me about yourself. Let's do a little spiral light, shall we? What color would you like? Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. I could just see my dragons chasing the vehicle. Yeah, especially my warrior dragon. That just, yeah. Tires gone. Top of the car gone. All right. Here we go. We're on June 4th. I hope I made you laugh. Kin 72. Today is a portal day, of course. Hello. This is Yellow Renaissance Human. I channel in order to influence, inspiring wisdom. I seal the process of free will with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of flowering. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. The color is yellow. The planet is Earth. The chakra is the heart. And the Earth family is core. So this is, we do have a rune. To forget how to read the book of nature is to create a civilization of books, right down to the internet with its rapid forgetting web pages. What? I can't believe what time is it? I cannot believe what I just read. Are you kidding? After I just went off on this whole tangent about don't let the AI use you, da 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 da. Here comes this notation to forget how to read the book of nature is to create a civilization of books right down to the internet with its rapid propagating web pages. Thank you, Nikki. Can't make this shit up. If this is not proof that we're sitting in a bunch of jello matrix, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just an oracle. Don't worry about that vase falling over right there. Yes, that one that just fell just now. I already knew that was going to fall over. And you're going to say no to me when I offer you the chocolate chip cookie that I just baked for you, just so I could tell you that you're the one. Can't make this stuff out. Oh my God. I got goosebumps all over me. Oh, jeez. I really. Go. Go. I cannot believe this. This is for the 6 mental spheres, for the consciousness here of the head, the 6-dimensional limbic force field, and hyperneutronic. Just means you're going to be a little bit more telepathic today, okay? That's what it means. So our rune is Kano, or either Kuno, says opening fire torch. So it's that, it's that one that has that equal thing right there. Yeah, there you go. Did that always mess you up? Remember that in math? You remember if it went this way, was it less than? Depending on if it went this way, it was greater than. Remember that? And if you're dyslexic like I was, God help you, that would just mess you up for the whole day. You get it backwards. Well, I can't remember. Is the point greater than or less than? And then the teacher would have to tell me, if it's open mouth, that means it has greater chances of eating you. Remember it that way. And I'm like, yeah, now when I think about it, I think some of those teachers were reptilians in disguise. I think I was in an episode of the faculty. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, this is the rune of opening and renewed clarity, of dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some part of your life. You are free now both to receive gifts and to know the joy of non-attached giving. Okay, so this one is all about clear intent and concentration, all of which are the essentials of the beginning of any endeavor. The protection of this offers the more light you have, the better you can see what is trivial and out mode in your own conditioning. Okay? So this is one of those things of when you're working in the light of yourself, like yesterday when we did going up to the 18th dimension and having you feel into that. What did that feel like for you to be in that, and then to sit in that energy and feel that energy so that you would know what that feels like? You can do these things now. You don't need a permission. You don't need somebody to walk you into it. Just sit your butt down and just call it in and just do it and just be in that space and know that you have it set up just to be in that space and do that. So now we got that beautiful energy of this yellow Renaissance human in that portal. Okay, so our next portal is going to be Monday the 9th. Okay, so we have some time, and that one's going to be the red crystal earth. So that is some good portal work. Now, let me reiterate, when we talk about dealing with portals, when we're talking about the wave spell on a galactic calendar, it means that it's a higher concentration of energy that is sitting on that kin number right there. So this energy can be utilized when it comes to creativity, when it comes to healing of the self, when it comes to setting a intention and zeroing in on that energy and making it so. Okay, this is how you use this day of that. Now, if you want to take it one step further, if you decoded yourself and you know what kin sigil you are, and you know what representation and If it falls on a portal day with your kin, that's way extra more. But you can also take it as another step. On the day that you were born, know the day you were born, that is one of your favorite days that you get things done on. It's the day that you entered this earth plane. Okay, that's like a personalized holiday to you all the time. It's not just you wait every 12 months or 13 months to get to your birthday. No, you still take that day that you came in on and utilize that every week. That is a special time that things move for you. And if you really pay attention, you know that kind of flows for you. Pay attention to that. So say like you were born on a Monday. Hi, lovely. You were born on a Monday. And then every time when Monday rolls around, everybody's having a day from hell on Monday, but you're just like, yes, I'll just take my job with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Give me a brownie on the side. Life is great. You're like that. It's because when you came into the world on that day, on a Monday, that's the energy you hold for that day. Because that is a day that's your day. Okay? So I'm inviting each and every one of you, go look at those birth certificates. Find out what day you were born on. Then dig a little bit more if you haven't done your natal chart and find out what planets were sitting on you at that time when you were born. And were there any retrogrades at that time? And God forbid, never to forbid this, if you were born during an eclipse. Do you know how powerful that is? It's coming into the world unseen, in between the veils of time. Nobody sees you coming in. They don't catch your stardust. You're coming in between those timelines. And that is like the beautiful gift of all, because here you are, you're walking about amongst us, and you got it all under control. They can't track you that easy. All right. So yeah, find out. Tomorrow's Thursday, Sunday. I know. Tell me about it. Hey, cool. Happy birthday. Welcome to that. Do that time. Make that. Now, those of you that are going to have birthdays this month, you know the rule of thumb is you have to celebrate your birthday for 30 days. Okay? Don't be just settling at that one day. No. You celebrate your birthday for 30 days. That means you receive all your abundance and all your gifts for that 30 days, because that 30 days is going to supercharge you for the rest of the time of the year until you come back around again. That means you get a new wallet or a new purse for yourself. That means you get a journal for yourself. That means you get a purple pen for yourself, and you write stuff out that you genuinely are passionate about and you love, and you're telling yourself truth, and you're dating it, and you're writing it in your journal, and you're saying, okay, this is what I love. Da 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 da. Okay? That's what it is. And then you speak it in front of your candle, which is one candle that you only use for your 30 days that you burn every day. You light it, you meditate, you say your prayers with it, you do your journal writing, and when you're done, you say, thank you, it is done. And out it goes. All right? Or let it burn. But don't leave your candles burning when you're not there. Make sure you watch your candle. Because with all the plasma light going on and all those shadow beams that are coming in and out of your peripheral, you just never know who's going to knock something over. And next thing you know, you got stuff happening. We don't need that. Okay? So, that's the rules for the birthdays. Everybody, if you're a Beast of Light Tribe member, those are the rules for your birthday. And I'm very strict about it. You have to celebrate for 30 days. So that gives everybody time to spend time with you, for you to go travel and do what you want, to love yourself to death. And now, don't let it just stop there. I want you to take this time, because we're in newer energy, when you're celebrating yourself, to really celebrate yourself in a new way. Break past some fears. Break past some limitations that you've been holding yourself up on. Let go of something that you know it just doesn't serve you to hold on to that anymore. And just keep moving. Create something new. Be in something new. Dress in something new color, that's something that you see it, buy it. Wear it. Don't judge your body. Everyone, just don't judge your body. Okay, right now, a lot of us are looking at our bodies saying, oh, but you have to understand how stress affects your body. How if you had things going on and you had to be on prednisone, or if you had to be on steroid shots for injuries to get the inflammation down, those affect your body. And then, yeah, you're going to plump up. But you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to lose the weight. You're going to lose the weight according to your mental self, your physical self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self. Okay? You just have to make an alignment with that. And it'll come off when it's ready to come off. Don't go jumping the gun doing other things to yourself. And then you get things like I got approached with when I went down to the pool this morning to work on the flame codes that I'm going to show you. And they have a sign up now that says, if you have, okay, cover up the children's ears, diarrhea present, do not come to the pool or get in it. They got 2 big signs on metal up now. I saw that. I was like, no, I don't get in the pool. I don't know. I just can't get in a swimming pool. I think of it as a big bathtub that everybody's gotten into. Nobody let the water out. Sorry. So sorry. That's just my thought. I just have that thought. But they did clean it, and it looked very sparkly today. There was nothing in it. I mean, not even one of those cotton thingies flying in the air was in the pool. No duck feathers, no ducky didn't come to the pool today. It was nice and clean, sparkly. I was like, good. So I'm glad they do good pool care. If it's a good pool care, cool. Got no problems with it. I just 59 stuck in a rhythm of the South. Erase what I just said to you. Don't let it affect your day. Somebody probably was saying, oh, Flea, why did you say that? Take off the bathing suit. Okay, so here's the codes that came in on June 1st. And I sat with it. And they're called flame codes. Flame code means to energetically start your flame of remembering of who you are in the inside. Your flame of your spirit of self. So this is the first one. And it was a long code, so I had to draw it out in 2 parts. Just take that in. Breathe. Okay. Now the second one is this. This is still the same code, but if, like I said, I have to draw it in 2 parts. Breathe. So when I saw these codes, I was looking at the sun. And then when I got hit with it, I kind of closed my eyes and I saw it just the same way as I drew it like this. And I was like, wow, those are really cool. I said, what are these? They said flame codes. Living plasmic flame of light codes. I said, are these attunements? Are these activators? Yes, they are. So the first one is this. So just say, activate the flame code within my DNA to help me remember truly who I am and all my gifts that I arrived here with in this lifetime. And then this. Okay. Okay. So when I was sitting outside by the pool this morning and I said, okay, let me draw these out and put them onto the black paper, because the black paper represents like the etheric field, like the cosmos, dark matter. And then when the light comes through it, it leaves the imprint of what it's expressing. So I'm sitting there and I'm in the sun at the table. It's got the shade over the top of it, but I'm sitting directly in the sun. And as I'm doing it, and I get to this one, I'm like, I'm sweating. I start sweating. I'm like, damn, I'm just drawing this one out. And they said, well, that's the activator of the code, the whole code. And I said, oh. So after I was done, I was like, okay, I'm done now. Toodaloo, gotta go. All right, lovelies, let's jump into the reads. Is everybody good? Thank you for those lovely codes. You're welcome. I asked, am I going to be doing more of these? Because they said absolutely. And I said, well, I'd be more than happy to share this with the families and bring that in. I don't have a problem with that at all. I would love to do that. So a lot of times that's why I tell you, keep your journals next to you, because sometimes when you get those codes, you want to write it down fast, okay? You want to be able to write it down. So last night when I was sleeping, man, I'm telling you, there is so much going on in the ethers. Are you guys feeling, oh, hey, kitty, you're under the bed? They are always underneath my bed now. You want to know why? Because I had that salt water underneath the bed and it charges everything. So the cats, when they are getting hit with too much dirty energy of the EMFs and all of that, and they don't want to deal with it, they come underneath my bed. This whole bed is crystallized. I got crystals all over it. So if Tinkerbell's not laying on the top of it on the edge where all the selenite is, the other one is underneath it where I have other crystals. Yeah, I'm a regular bad rock. Bad rock. All right. Guys, I'm going to have to get me some chocolate today. All right. Everybody's going to be in jeopardy because I need some chocolate. I don't want to show up on the news at 6:30 tonight as a special bulletin. I really don't. So chocolate is the way I'm going to have to do it. I tell people when they're asking, I'm like, would you like some chocolate? Chocolate will do you some good. Little piece, that's all you need. Oh my gosh. We have rules now. You made it this far on this planet. You're doing pretty good if you made it this far. If you made it to this platform, you're doing really good. If you made it so far on your mission, you're doing excellent. Keep going. Keep going. Let your divine team just root you on. Keep going. You're so good. Yay. Are they in the doorway yet? Are they there? They gotta hurry up. Yeah. How much more support can we give? We gotta keep everybody going. Oh, God. Is that her again? Oh, man, she's making the whole ethers of the cosmos ring with that. Oh, she's on a tangent. There she goes. Up, up, up. Okay, someone send her some chocolate. I don't care if you gotta just have it mysteriously show up at the door. That'll calm down the whole thing with her. Yeah, do that. Oh, no. Oh, we got vacation. Oh, no, she says she's going to CVS. Go get her chocolate from CVS. Oh, she's not doing that. She says it takes too long. She's going to Walgreens now. How do you cleanse selenite? You don't. Don't put that in water. Put it on the earth. Just lay it on the earth, lay it on grass, or let it be in the sunlight. Never put your selenite in the water unless you are using it as a part of your detox or cleansing of yourself. That's what it is. That selenite is compressed of millions of particle minerals compressed into this crystal. Okay, it gets like that. And as soon as water starts to hit it, it starts breaking it down because it took that amount of heat and moisture to crystallize like that. So it starts to undo it. Okay, but you can just set your selenite on the earth and it'll dump, but it pretty much, it clears itself. It really does. That's one of those stones you don't ever have to worry about. You got to cleanse it. You can smudge it if you want, but you can definitely set it on the earth, and you don't need to leave it there long. Just set it there and it'll cleanse itself. Now your other stones like, tourmaline, obsidian, moonstone, other crystals, amethyst and things like that, you can run them into a nice little sea salt bath of water and sea salt. Don't leave them soaking in there for a long period of time because it will ruin the finish of the stone. If you have a nice glossy stone, it will do that. But you can definitely do that. And I would definitely check with different stones that you would do that with, because some stones are porous. A lot of crystals are kind of porous. They have a lot of pores. So if you go putting it into water, that will ruin it. Okay. And the same with leaving some crystals out in the sun too long. It'll change their color. Okay. But mainly, you can always smudge your crystals. You can take your other crystals, like when you have your jewelry, your beads and stuff. I have selenite disc in the bathroom, by bedsides, on the bed, whatever. I take that stuff off. I put it on the selenite so it'll get today's energy. Because what if you were upset today? What if you got upset and you had to go to a doctor's appointment and your heart was racing, you didn't know what to expect? Or what if you were driving and someone cut you off and you gave a couple of words of guidance for them? Being human in the moment, and you said what you needed to say, and now that's all on your brain. So what if you got into an argument with your loved one and and then you guys made it, cleared it all up, but that energy is still there. If you take it off and you don't cleanse it and you put it back on, you're going to start feeling like, what's wrong with me? Okay. All right, let's take a look at our read. Here's the healing. Oh, reverse dissociation. Reverse dissociation. What are you dissociating yourself from? Are you willing to reverse it? Dissociation. Number 28. Da, 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 da. Give yourself permission to feel. Ooh, nice. I love this. Give yourself permission to feel. It can be easy to dissociate from your feelings when the challenge of life becomes too overwhelming. This can occur when we hold on to suppressed, unacknowledged, painful, and traumatic experiences and allow ourselves to be bombarded by the noise of the outside world, from watching too much TV, listening to too much loud music, engaging in social media. When we constantly run from one sensation to another, our nerves become numbed and we begin to feel empty inside. In order to recover your sensitivity and your aliveness, you need to slow down. Slow it down. Connect to your body and give yourself permission to feel. You have to realize that in the spiritual being, you need to spend as much time nourishing your soul as you do feeding your physical body. I love that. Sometimes we just need to slow it down. Slow it down. Slow down. Okay. Now we're going to do the conscious light language cards. This is choice from the Pleiades. We always have a choice. That's what free will is all about. Choice. Take a deep breath in. Take that in. And with scarcity, with Orion, we have the releasing scarcity. And you know, a lot of this is generational. Okay? It is generational. Scarcity is that. The ancient rocks have the temple, the wisdom within quiets the external noise. I love this. The wisdom within. Look how she's sitting in the temple and it's all the stones and just being. Sometimes we just need to get kind of quiet. That's how you hear and get the information, light and love that you're looking for. What did we forget? Unconditional love. I love this. Number 32. I love these cards. If you don't own these cards, you might want to get them because it's all about what have we forgotten. I can't stress it enough. It's a beautiful set of cards. What did I do with that book? Oh, that's not it. It has just vanished. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Unconditional love. That's so weird. Where did that book go? Oh, here it is. Number 32. Okay, so look at the pyramid. And this is representing energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Where's your attention? Is it on somebody that ticked you off and you're still rambling about it in your thoughts? Is it on that? Oh, let's see that. Is it becoming a Temperance? I like this one. This is cool. That's a cool card. This is the Other World Oracle. The Temperance. And this one, I think, this one comes with, it's in 3 or 4 different languages. So when you get the book, you have to constantly make sure you go to the front so that you're not looking at it from French or something else and you'd be like, I got the wrong thingy. So this is the Temperance. What's the Temperance? This is kind of cool. It's the divine feminine energy. Okay? It's the divine feminine energy. Seeks and seduce the seeker. Listening to the whispers, the true desires. Transforming into the magic of the self. That's how you use that energy today. How do you transform the magic of the self? So now to end the read, it comes into, I love this, it's perfect, the soul family. Number 36. The language of the light card. It's all about the soul family. You know, and it's so true. A lot of us, when we, you might be in one of those families where you were the black sheep in the family, where they don't get you, they don't understand you, and you wish you could have those conversations with your mom or your dad and they would understand what you're talking about. But because they didn't go through the process of what you went through to get to where you are right now, where you see things differently and you feel things differently, they don't get you. And this is why a lot of us, we feel comfortable when we go to certain groups, or we hang out with a healing group or a Reiki group, or you come here and be so light and really get your light on and be in your light. It's all because it's a soul family thing, okay? In the soul family is all about everyone recognizing the light of each other and the respect of that. When things get tipped off from that and it doesn't get respected, you're no longer the soul family. You're now judgment family. Now somebody didn't feel right. You said something that hurt their feelings. And oh, now this one got their panties in a bunch. And oh, now this one wants to fight you in the middle of the night. Oh, now this one is ghosting you. And it's all that messiness. When it starts getting like that, that is no longer a spiritual soul family energy. I know what you're thinking. Well, then sometimes people have their things and we just work it all out. Okay, yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes there's just some that will still hold that residual energy about a situation and don't let it go. Okay? So this was an easy read and it was straightforward. And it's still all about that self-love and being true to the self. And knowing that you can be yourself in places and speak on something. If you need support or something and you need prayers or you need someone to just, you know, hold you up at the time of your need, that's what these groups are for. That's what this platform is. Something's going on, DM me or leave a message here and say, hey, you guys, I know you guys probably don't know me, but I'm in this thing and I just want everyone to hold me in sacred space. Just hold me in sacred light. Hold me in that. Because when you ask someone to do that, you're not asking them to interfere with you, to try to override what your experience is, but to just bring up so much light around you so that you can override the situation and get the gift in the end of what you need to get. So I always stress that a lot in my private groups, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like the private groups, because you can be in there, I pop in, say a little this, blah, 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 and something's going on. People build up rapport with each other. And you might not know a lot about this person that lives on the other side of the United States or even in another country, but still you get to kind of build a rapport with that individual and maybe find out, oh, wow, I like to use that herb for this too. Oh, wow, you put it in a solution like that. That's cool. You build up a rapport, build soul loving soul people love to be around other loving soul people. That's all there is to it. Like energy attracts like energy. Or should I say, light energy attracts other light energy. Okay? That's how that rolls. All right, lovelies. Enjoy your portal today. Be good to yourself. I have a couple of clients. I was on my life system machine last night, and this machine is just so much quantum energy of how it can send out a code, an energy code to help the body heal something. This thing is so interesting. I stumbled across a certain section on it underneath the wellness, and I hit it and it says gems, bio, read, and gems. I go, oh, that sounds like stones. I go in there, you hit that button on your client, it will match up a stone that they need, whatever is going on in their body, and tell them, work with these 3 stones. And it gives the whole thing of what that stone frequency is for that person to be working with. I was sitting there going, what the hell? Other than if I do it, I'm sitting down, I'm dowsing it out with my pendulum, I'm trying to find it, I'm scanning, and I'm hearing that, and I'm like, okay, this is what you need to work with. That thing just automatically, it's like this. The best way I can put it, the machine, I think I put it in the post section of what the life machine does. If I didn't, I'll post it up, what the life machine does. And what it does, it goes in, and it's like, say like I get your name, get your birthday and everything. So I'm not going to come to your house. I'm not going to come all the way over to the East Coast and run this on you, right? I'm in California. So all I'm doing is putting in the information. It's going to literally, like a wave, like calling you on the phone, like that. It's literally going to look, boom, there you are. And here's the wave, and it's going to read you and send the codes to you. Love it. Just like in Spiral Light, how we do it. We set up the pyramid around you. We set up the codes. We set up the colors. We set up what your treatment is, however long you want it for. And if it's going to be a 3-day treatment, it's going to be a 6-day or a 9-day treatment. What your body needs. Sometimes Spirit will say the 9 days is great, but because this is so deep, they might have to be in it for another few days or almost another week, just so they can get that cleared out, depending on how deep it is. So it's the same thing how Spiral Light works, except this one just kind of clears the space. It provides a clear space so that this can anchor in and help you also. And it works perfect with Spiral Light. I'm able to put more additional codes into the affirmation part. Instead of saying affirmation, I give the person more personalized codes and it gets sent to you. I'm just like, I love this. So now it's all in there. It's sent to you. So I'm still learning how to take and put like certain medicines on top of the tabletop of it, and it charges and it can send itself to you at the same time. It teleports to you. It's teleport medicine. Yeah, there you go. Bam. All right, lovelies. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to yourself. Enjoy that sunlight out there. I hope you enjoyed the flame codes. Please utilize them today for yourself. Be good to yourself. And remember, if you would love to have your read or something you want to try to fix or heal within the self or activate or something, just hit me up at galacticspiralite.com and just send me an email. But make sure you're in your heart space. Make sure you're coming with good intentions, because if you're coming with bad intentions, you'll have to meet the dragons. And they've been pretty hungry lately. All right. Anyway, on that note, I will let you enjoy your day. Be good to yourself, lovelies. Bye.